Moving on to alarms. If you want to set an alarm to be sent by SMS or email, should there be an excursion on one of your sensors, or if your sensors was to go offline at any point, this can be done from hovering over alarm, hitting profile, scrolling down to the bottom of the page, and then hitting add new alarm profile. I would always recommend disabling the alarm first off, because as soon as you press save, if your sensor hasn't got to temperature, then you will be receiving those email notifications. If you've got SMS notifications included, then those will be sent out and they incur a cost. Email notifications are free, however the SMS notifications aren't. So we're going to disable that. We're going to call this test 1. You can set the alarm to be continuous, events or transports. This basically means that continuous is 24/7, you will always be notified should this alert go on. Events is only a certain time of the day you'll be notified, and transport is more for people who have various distribution, it's more for like distribution contractors where they want to know at what point the sensor was at what stage. So for this particular example, we're going to do continuous. I want this to be a temperature only alarm. I'm going to select the logger, which for this example I want to be front lab. Scroll down to the logger that you've already got assigned to your account. My lower limit is going to be 2 degrees and my upper limit is going to be 8 degrees because this is going to be in a fridge. So this feature here is the delay button. So this basically means that once activated, the sensor will need to be outside of its range for 15 minutes before anyone's notified. It certainly helps when people have defrost settings on the fridge or freezers, or if people are opening it throughout the day. You don't want to be notified if the sensor is out for 5 minutes, let's say. So I'm happy with what the contents of my fridge being out of spec for 30 minutes before anyone's notified. So I've changed that to 30 minutes. Number of reminders, very self-explanatory, where you will be sent an email again 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours since the first one has been sent. So for this, I want 1 reminder, and I want it to be sent 1 hour after the first one is sent. Select the email address or email addresses in which you want the email to be sent to. So for this one, we're going to use my colleague Ethan. So select Ethan, and I also want it to go to Joe. So click Joe as well. Send active alerts. So as soon as an excursion occurs, you'll be sent an email. Send resolve alerts. As soon as the sensor comes back into temperature, you'll receive an email. And you can also even have custom alerts. So you can create what sort of alert is sent to each person. But SenseAnywhere have already a pre-configured one that tells you when it went out, what the highest or lowest temperature was, and what time it came back in. And this is always worth noting that 0.025 credits worth will be deducted from your credit balance per message. So if you have the SMS feature, then that will be the cost. So that's basically setting up the preliminary alarms. Hit save on the bottom, which I won't do because this is just a test, and that will be saved to your alarm page. If you want to edit your alarms at any point, you can basically do that from hitting the pencil icon here. So I'm going to edit this test alarm, and here you can do all that. You can basically jump into it, edit it all, and jump back out. Make sure you press save as soon as that's done so.